Mr. Limata. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Limata, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely, won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing story time with Mr. Limata. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Limata, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely, you won't just start all the reading. I just can't wait to be hearing.
Good morning, and welcome to Storytime. Happy Friday. Thank you so much for joining me today. Glad we could be here and excited for the book that we have to read together. And yeah, just getting ready here, getting comfortable, and getting ready to share this wonderful story that we have here together. I hope that you are ready. I hope that you are comfortable, and I hope that it's been a lovely week for you. Yes, Henry out there in Massachusetts, thinking of you and hopefully feeling better and ready to head on back to school, maybe today or indeed next week. Thank you for being here. To everybody else that is joining us from wherever you are, we're sending you the warmest Storytime hugs, and thank you for being here with us today on Storytime. Appreciate you. I'm glad you could be here with us. I hope that this has been a good year. Yeah, coming to an end, but I hope that it has been good, and I hope that whatever remains of it is even more joyous. Thank you so much for joining us here today on Storytime. We bring back one to Storytime, and I said before, one that I think should have come back many times, but we're bringing it back to Storytime today. This one is called Sleep Tight Farm. Yeah, a farm prepares for winter. Come on in and join in for this one. Roll up your sleeves and get to enjoy this lovely book. It is written by EUGENIE Doyle and illustrations by BECCA, STADTLANDER. And of course, we're reading it with permission of the publishers, Chronicle Books of San Francisco. Yes, indeed. Thank you so much for joining in. Get ready, get comfortable, and we'll be getting started very shortly. Good to see you all here with us on Storytime today, and appreciate all the time that we get to spend together. And of course, too, remember, if you miss Storytime live, you can always catch the recording later on at a time that works best for you at storytimewithmrlimata.com and at Storytime with Mr. Limata on Facebook and of course YouTube. And feel free as well to follow us on Instagram and see everything Storytime that is happening. And talking of which events happening, well, we do have one that is happening at Emerson Elementary in Oakland, and this will be the Social Justice Children's Book Holiday Fair that will be happening this Saturday. Yes, tomorrow we'll be at Emerson Elementary with the Social Justice Children's Book Holiday Fair. Come on out and have fun with us. Come on out and get some of your Christmas shopping, some of your gift bags there. Fill them up, and of course get to meet all the amazing creators out there working. Angela Arton, Robert Trujillo, Laura Atkins, Inosanto Nagara, many will be there. Nidhi Chanani, Nadia Solomon, so many. Mira Sriram, I could go on, but come on out and meet them. Come on out and get your copies signed as well. Thank you so much for joining us here today on Storytime. Absolutely appreciate you. Let's get ready for this one. Sleep Tight Farm, and isn't it the best? I feel like that the red barn is the quintessential barn, isn't it? Thank you for being here. I'll see you on the other side of this very short break when we're back with more Storytime. Thank you indeed for being here. I'll see you in a little bit.
We're your kitchen tenders, and you're listening to Storytime with Mr. Limata. One more time. We're kitchen tenders, and you're listening to Storytime
Kitten Tenders, please do tune in. Find them on Apple, Apple Podcasts or wherever else that you find your stuff, and get to listen to them. Tune Tells, amazing podcast indeed, amazing presentation for the little ones, and you can get along and sing to their versions of all the songs that you know and others that may be an introduction to you. And they've had amazing guests on there too, including the amazing Boots Riley has been on there and done some music with them. So why not join in and get to see Tune Tells and enjoy what that is all about. Yes, Sleep Tight Farm. A Farm Prepares for Winter. Written by EUGENIE Doyle. Illustrations by BECCA Statlander. And of course, we're reading this one with permission of the publishers, Chronicle Books of San Francisco. Yeah. Like I mentioned before, the red barn, the quintessential barn, right? Always look out for those when I'm driving out in the countryside. Look at that. A Farm Prepares for Winter. Sleep Tight Farm. By EUGENIE Doyle. Illustrations by BECCA Statlander. And of course, read with permission of the publishers, Chronicle Books of San Francisco. The December days shorten and darken. We are busy putting the farm to bed. Yep, busy time. The December days shorten and darken. We are busy putting the farm to bed. Yeah. With our crops mostly in, strawberries, raspberries, vegetables, honey, and hay, now is the time to prepare for deep frost, the coming wind and snow. Many hands make work light, Mom says. Isn't that true? Yeah. With our crops mostly in, strawberries, raspberries, vegetables, honey, and hay, now is the time to prepare for deep frost, the coming wind and snow. Many hands make work light, Mom says. And I do agree with that. We shake straw over berry plants to blanket them from winter's frostbite. Next April and May, they will leaf out green and blossom white. In June, they will give fruit so red and juicy, will make jam and freeze berries to eat till summer comes again. We lick our lips, remembering, good night, strawberries, covered with straw. Oh, yes, protect them. We cut kale and chard and broccoli. We sow down the tree like Brussels sprout stems. We dig for the last carrots, beets, and potatoes to add to those stored in the barn. There, they await winter markets and our own winter meals. Yeah. Above, in the hayloft, a mountain of harvested hay bales stands ready to sell. Yeah. The fields rest brown and bare. Dad tills and plants a cover of oats and rye to protect and replenish the fields that gave us so much. Good night, fields, peaceful and still. Yeah. Dad cuts back the raspberries before wind and snow can crack the canes. We caught the old brush to burn. Goodbye to last year's twigs and leaves with their bugs and spots. The promise of late summer's plum fruit lies in roots tucked underground. Good night, raspberries, resting below. Aw. Yes, good night, raspberries, resting below. We stack wood by the house, and in this sugar house too. It will heat our home all winter, and in early spring, it'll fuel the fire that boils maple sap into syrup. Wow. Good night, stacked wood, waiting to work. Yeah. Good night, stacked wood, waiting to work. Yeah. Before the winter winds come howling, we secure the hoop house plastic sides with ropes and bales of hay. Inside, we float sheets of white cloth over the baby greens till the New Year's thaw. Safe under cover rest little leaves with mouth-filling names: spinach, mizuna, tatsoi, arugula. Our winter salad greens will nap till stronger sun can wake them. Last August, the hoop house grew so hot we rolled up the sides and flung open the doors while picking tomatoes, melons, and heat-loving okra. Now we button up the perfect shelter for changing weather. Good night, hoop house, wrapped up tight. Yeah. We board up chinks in the chicken coop and set a timer to give the hens the light they need to lay eggs all winter. We fluff the nests with hay, plug in the water heater, scoop fresh grain. We collect the day's eggs, fragile gifts from our friends. Yeah. Good night, chickens, snug in your coop. Good night, indeed, chickens, snug in your coop. With bales of hay, we build a windbreaker for the beehives and place a stone on each lid to hold it firm. We make the hive entrances smaller to keep roaming field mice out. Within each hive, a single queen lies in a cluster of maids working to keep her fed. In September, we harvested honey and wax, but left enough for the bees who made enough for us. Aww. Good night, bees, sheltered and safe. Yeah. Good night, bees, sheltered and safe. The farm stand is stocked for the holidays with fresh eggs, greens and roots, onions and garlic braids, decorative corn, honey and maple syrup. There's plenty for us and plenty to sell. Aww. Mom and Dad move planter, cultivator, tiller, and baler into the equipment shed, a shelter from rust and cold. The tractors go in last. Good night, farm. Yeah. Good night, farm, indeed. The fire jumps in the woodstove. We feast on homegrown treats, vegetable soup, and berry pie. We pull clinking lights from a box and tango to hang on the porch. Yeah. Look, Mom says, the rising moon, the bright sway of stars in the sky. We light beeswax candles to soften the longest night. Yeah. Aww. You getting ready for the holidays? The farm is ready for down quilts of snow, the shh of the wind. Yeah, Dad tucks us in. Good night, farmers. Sleep tight, it says. Good night, farmers, indeed. That was a lot of work. Yeah. And that is the end of our story. I hope you enjoyed putting that farm to sleep. And Yeah, it is a lovely one. Sleep Tight Farm coming to us from BECCA, Statlander, and of course Eugenie Doyle and Chronicle Books of San Francisco. I hope you enjoyed it. Sleep Tight Farm, a farm prepares for winter. When we come back, we'll get to read the author's note. Thank you so much for being here. I'll catch you on the other side of this very short break. Thank you indeed for being here with us on Storytime.
Hey, this is Timothy Goodspeed of the Soapbox Salute. I'm the one who wrote Storytime's theme song. If you'd like to hear more of my protest folk music, you can check out the links below on Instagram or at my website. You are watching Storytime with Mr. Limata.
Thank you indeed. Yes, indeed. Timothy, thank you so much. Of course, amazing song that we have, our Storytime theme song. Timothy did that one. And of course, too, he has many amazing compositions that I think everybody should listen to. And yeah, find him at the Soapbox Salute. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you enjoyed our book today. And yeah, just love this one. Let's quickly look at the author's note. Every winter, when the farm work has slowed, I write letters to a neighboring class of 3rd and 4th graders. I write about our chickens, the seeds we are ordering, the growers' meetings we attend, the maple trees we tap, and the plants we start in the greenhouse. The children write back asking questions. Do you have a dog? Do you like farming? What is your favorite food to grow? Then in May, the children and their wonderful teacher come to the farm for lunch and a visit. They pull weeds, gather eggs, harvest the first strawberries and radishes, and explore the farm. They are such knowledgeable visitors. They know where each food in their lunches comes from. They know that the food they eat at every meal comes from a farm. They can see that a farm is a lot of work. But for every way that we take care of the farm, it returns the gift: a fresh egg for breakfast, sweet fruit all summer, a place to share and call home all year long. Thank you for that indeed, BECCA, Statlander, and Eugenie Doyle, and of course, Chronicle Books of San Francisco. Just a reminder, yes, like all that food that we have on there, let's think about all those people that prepare it for us, that help us, the farmers and everybody else that is involved in making sure that that food gets to us, that food gets to our tables, and yeah, just appreciating that. Thank you so much for joining us here today on Storytime, and maybe do a tour of your own, visit a farm and get to see what happens there. And whatever else that you're doing, I hope that it is indeed wonderful and good to you. Thank you so much for joining us here today on Storytime. Absolutely appreciate you. Another week of stories has gone by, but do not despair. We're back again next week with another exciting series, another exciting set of books. So please join in, and of course keep sending those recommendations. I do look into them and try and make sure that we bring them here to Storytime. But this has been our book for today: A Farm Prepares for Winter. Sleep Tight Farm, coming to us from Eugenie Doyle, BECCA, Statlander, and of course Chronicle Books of San Francisco. And I hope you've enjoyed every book that we've had here this week. And of course, as you know, yesterday we did have Sometimes All I Need Is Me, the perfect self-care book, right? So thank you for being here with us today on Storytime, and to everybody else that is joining in, whether you're joining us live or indeed joining us later on for the recordings. Thank you for taking the time to be a part of Storytime. We'll see you again next week when we're back with more stories. So get excited, keep an eye out, and see what's coming your way. Thank you for being here with us. Biggest of hugs, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Oh, no, I'll see you again next week. Tomorrow, I already want to be back tomorrow. But you know what? You can still find Storytime tomorrow at storytimewithmisslimata.com, at Storytime with Miss Limata on Facebook and YouTube. But I will be back live here on Monday. Thank you so much for joining in. Please have yourselves a wonderful day. And of course, too, thank you to the friends that were checking in after hearing about the earthquake that happened out further north in California, and of course, too, the tsunami warning that came with that, the precautionary tsunami warning that came with that. Okay, where I am, okay, where we are, and to like, I think the impact to like, I think the epicenter was not quite close to the city up there, so the damage, I think, was not as bad as it would have been for a 7.1 quake, right? But we're okay, and wishing everybody else that is affected indeed that they get all the help that they need, and indeed everything moves on well and quickly, and they get the supports that they need in their area, and to help them recover and adjust and move on after this quake. Thank you so much for joining us here today on Storytime. Absolutely appreciate you. Biggest of hugs. I will see you again live here on Monday. Bye-bye.
Story time with Mr. Limata. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Limata, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely, won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing story time with Mr. Limata. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Limata, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely, won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing story time with Mr. Limata. He will be starting soon. Story time with Mr. Limata, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't live lonely, won't you start all the reading? We just can't wait to be hearing. Brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't live lonely, won't you start all the reading? We just can't wait to be hearing